gas fees because I outbid him on the fucking NFT.
Yeah, I'm
John,
waiting for my fucking PayPal.
I'm absolutely interested in participating in learning because I do like learning. And see,
wait, what? You want a frog?
No, I didn't say I want a frog. I learn. No.
Guys, Bitcoin Maxis are getting into NFTs.
We sold merchandise. So when it comes to buying merchandise that we bought and we sold, you have to know who your customers are. So you know what to buy because you know what your customers want and you know what they're willing to. And so what you see what John is doing here, what's interesting is he knows the market. He knows what's generally available for sale. He knows what prices they're going at. So he can find price discrepancies and capture those because he's learned the market. And that's really important. And that's not easy to do, but that is what it takes.
That's right.
It's a lot to learn a market. And he's spent a lot of time to learn a market, and he spent a lot of money. He paid his tuition, which literally cost him money. So, yeah, that's fine. Very few people will do that.
And more importantly than the money, what I was trying to say to people yesterday is when you have money you're going to die with, like John does, you have to figure out how to spend your time. And he spent his valuable time, 18 hours a day, 7 days a week for 7.5 months. His wife is probably like, would you get off that goddamn computer? Right? And he's just nonstop obsessive compulsive. So the time, more than the money, in my opinion, is the investment that he made. And I understand he did put money up. There's no question about that too, right?
Oh,
and
absolutely.
He invests it much differently too.
But that's
much different.
Like, the only holdout is Bitcoin Tina, that toxic maximalist.
The number of hours, you're talking about over 18
I don't know if you guys have been in the clubhouse rooms, but...
I mean, how many years of graduate school is that? That's a lot, actually. That's a lot. I mean, people go to school, they may actually take classes like 15 hours a week, and that's like a full load, and they do homework. He spent a lot of time learning. So
he spent more than a year. Listen to this. In 7 months, the way John does it, just did the math, he spent 3,700 hours. Most people go to work for 2,080 hours a year. So he did more than you'll do at your job in 7 months on his computer learning this shit.
And he did.
Yeah, I will say that there was a person that
almost did 2 years of your job in 7 months.
There's a person that came up and said, "Oh, John's just got money and blah blah blah." Like, no, you have to have like a lot of people that are successful have relentless pursuit. Like they're staying up till 3 a.m. Do you stay up till 3 a.m. listening? Probably, or learning? Probably not. Well, that's how you get.
10,000 hours, isn't it? 10,000 hours that Gladwell said.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. He's paid 40% there. And frankly, it's actually less than 10,000 hours. That's Gladwell's like blanket statement, because if you do it over an extended period of time, but if you condense it, you could actually become an expert like John did by doing it in a third of the amount of time, right? Because he literally doesn't even breathe anything but this.
Yeah,
right?
but he also he used skill sets he already had.
Well, yeah, there's like to Tina's point, you understand the markets.
And that's why he consolidated. That way he could consolidate it to, you say, I'll round it up to 4,000 hours instead of the 10,000 because he already had some of the skill set needed.
So it's probably 10 overall if you add up his prior experience.
But I've done this with other things. You guys know me for the couponing. You know me for the travel hacking. I had those skills of knowing how to automate my brain, and I knew what to look for, and I knew how much time I would probably have to put into this. And people wondered how I was able to get 20 million points and stuff. Nothing different. They could have done the same thing, except I went down that rabbit hole because I saw an opportunity. I saw it in couponing 8 years ago where I could turn it into money, and then I saw it in the travel points hacking where I can develop hundreds of thousands of dollars for free travel as a game. And I said, this is just another game to me, because if I go into something, it's either 100% or zero. I don't do shit halfway, because I'd be involved in everything. So, and I saw this will be, but here's the funny thing. My wife, for the first time ever, she seen me in businesses and owning and selling and everything else. She comes in, she says, I've never seen you have so much fun in anything you have done in history than this, and it's every day, which is really
ETH NFT flipping, guys.
At Toys R Us every day. It's crazy.
That's why it's unstoppable.
And by the way, the reason why I have the money, it's not about somebody said, "Oh, John and money." No, I could have easily said, "Well, I got a bunch of money. I'll buy some NFTs." And he's, "Well, which ones?" And just randomly buy. John's like, "No, it doesn't work that way. You must learn what I'm doing, or you can get wrecked." Right? So throughout the summer, I'm seeing him make all this money. It's a little frustrating because I want to push money towards it. In fact, at one point, right, John, I said, "Can I just fund you and ride your coattails?" And we thought about doing that, right? I would create a little vehicle, sidecar vehicle, and he just like rides the. But the problem with that is like he doesn't really need my money, right? Like to do that. So you're just taking a free ride. It doesn't even make it. So I was like, well, I'll just do like a 220 kind of model, you know, where we get a percentage of the upside and you keep the rest of it.
5 and 50.
You know? This is right. This is the other problem. John's like, what the fuck? You know? So, but I was like, no. I want to learn it. I actually want to understand it. Because if I'm going to sit on a stage and people are going to talk about it and other people are criticizing it, if you notice, I won't criticize all the other stuff because I don't have firsthand experience about it, but I'll just say what others have said. So I can repeat what they say. Like, well, the others have said this or that. But it's like frustrating because I haven't had that experience. So I wanted to go through this, you know, personally, like from a firsthand experience perspective to understand the NFT space. And I got to tell you, like, after what I've seen in a very short time, and it's like literally days, I think I'm a week in or something, you know, it's like, I don't know shit relative, but I know a lot more than most people because I had spent countless amounts of hours over the last week with John learning this stuff.
Flipping,
So
it means buying on the mint and selling it immediately on secondary market. That's flipping.
The amount of condensed amount of time with John, plus my prior experiences. But it was about the time spent. I couldn't just throw money at it. That would be irresponsible. So I wanted to understand it. And then when I understood it, I said, okay, now for me to really kind of do this, I gotta throw some
Guys,
cash on
Bitcoin
something.
Maxis
I don't
have taken the purple pill.
Risk capital.
They're buying Ethereum. They're using Ethereum as money. They're flipping NFTs to make more money.
That's the risk to the Maxis, right? Because John, yesterday I sold 5 BTC for Ether yesterday just to kind of play around with the space or whatever, right? So you definitely got to put money behind it.
They're so excited. It's glorious to hear.
I used to do a lot of Amazon for years.
Bitcoin Tina, that toxic Maximus, he's the only holdout.
It's so annoying. It's such a delay, right? But here it's just boom, boom. It's just an arbitrage that makes money. I definitely see a big future.
Wait, you sold 5 BTC to do this?
Yeah, I literally sold 5 BTC into Ether.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's not something that Jason recommended, but okay, go ahead.
Sold 5 Bitcoins.
Yeah, if you're not worth at least 10 million, like I don't want to hear advice from anyone what I should be doing, right? Like Clubhouse is full of fucking people telling me what to do, but if you don't have at least 10 million, like fuck, don't tell no one what to do. You know what I mean? I only listen to guys like Jay, John, the other Jay, because like I know these guys got money. I know what they did is successful. 5 BTC.
Oh, talking some shit. Say I got 10 million.
Might be.
Cut out, bro. I think he got disconnected or took a call or something, but
Yeah, I got a call. But regardless, right? If you
Oh my god, chill frogs. I'm holding my chill frogs.
What it comes down to, guys, is, you know, the people who are in this are speculating. You know, we understand that there's an advantage to people who have access to information. John has been in the space for 7.5 months now. He is one of the greatest resources and has access to the most information in this space. He's here right now trying to help other people learn, right? Like, there are 99% of the investors in Chill Frogs are not in this room listening to John, are not taking these tips, not learning the space, not understanding what they're doing. So we all have a competitive advantage against them.
Talk about yourself, bro.
You know,
I got experience.
6 weeks, 5 months, however long. And, people want to talk about 10 years. Nobody in here is talking about owning these things in 10 years. Will we own them some of them in 10 years? Will some of us own them still? Possibly. And
I'm flipping in weeks,
try and
months.
take our profit before this year is done, most likely, or at least break even. Come on, people always want to point to, oh, is that going to be here in 10 years?
Literally, I'm looking at a fucking tweet because I've been away from my computer for a few hours on phone calls. I'm looking at a tweet from Neil. He mentioned, remind me of this, and then he writes 10 years, 1 day. Literally, and I'm like, that's not what this is. This is a time preference thing, right? Like you're in the wrong time preference, brother. You're thinking about this entirely wrong. Nobody's saying that frogs are going to be the best investment. It's going to beat Bitcoin in 10 years. John? Are you saying that? Is anybody saying this is better than Bitcoin in 10 years?
No.
Anybody?
So are you guys going to tell people when you're offloading some of your frogs?
Yeah, you'll see it literally happening on the blockchain, right?
Well, I already watch all you guys on the blockchain, so that's why I got into this shit.
Yeah, well, you can pay attention.
How do you watch?
I'll tell you a strategy that I will do. Can I tell you what I'm going to do? Can I tell you what I'm going to do? Just real fast.
How do you watch on the blockchain?
We'll tell you that. I'll tell you that 1 second too.
That takes a bit of skill.
That's Tina.
Wait, it's not that much of a skill. It's not that complicated. But I'll tell you in 2 seconds.
NFT Masters, I picked up 2 frogs the other day.
One of my frogs pays for my entire cost cost basis on it, I'll probably dump that, and then it's a free ride. And then I'll just let it see where it goes from there for a little while. And maybe I'll dump another one. But I'm not going to just start dumping all of them one day. That's not going to happen. So I'll probably dump one of them when I see, because I have some rare ones, and then I have a bunch of the base ones as well, right? The floor.
Yeah, if you sell the rare one for a profit, that's not going to do anything to the market. It's
right.
like
so
if you're dumping
at
the
some
floor.
point, and by the way, I'm only selling it to another rich guy. Let's be honest. Right?
Yeah, like that doesn't change. It's about
right.
lowering the floor. Like you just don't want to like drop.
That's right. I'm not selling the floor at all. Not touching the floor. And I know a lot of guys have strategy around this. Well, I'm gonna sell the floor, but because it's percentage gains, and I don't really care about that. And maybe it's the wrong strategy, but I will wait until one of my more rare frogs is large enough that it pays for my cost basis of the entire thing. And then I'll sit tight and I'll watch what others are doing, and I'll watch the market. You gotta watch what the market does. Now, to your point, Tina, you have to go into. There's a couple ways to do it, but if you go into like rarity tools and you look up the project for chill frogs. And I'm sorry, if you go into Discord rather, and you look it up, and you go there, and then you can look through and you can see all the recent sales. So if you go into Discord, you can literally look at one of the hashtags that says sales history, and you can have this on your phone and it updates you. And every time there's a new sale, I get a notification. Every time there's a new listing, I get a notification. Then you can click it, you go to OpenSea, and then you want to see the history of the person and what they
Gold
own.
is talking right now.
Their address.
This guy.
I'm sorry, their address, their account, and then you can look at their holdings. Of what
He's
they have,
J Gold on Twitter.
Right? And you don't know who these addresses are in some cases, right? Like John has a bunch
I'm gonna
of
follow his
addresses.
ass.
He doesn't know everything he has in case he wants to sell. He doesn't want everybody hawking.
Here, let's go find him. I'll show you.
Right? Makes sense because it is about information, asymmetric information, right? And
This
yeah,
guy.
Like I saw, like again, I could just watch you guys buy the stuff, and I'm like, okay, I'm picking some up because I know what the fuck you guys are gonna do, you know. And it's like, and I'm gonna watch when you dump, and I'm gonna dump mine then. And it's just like, this is the skills you need to develop. It's like forensic,
Christian, though,
fucking investing.
The thing is, though, is in this space, nobody who's really invested, who has big bags, has any intention of dumping, and like dumping hurts them too, right? It's like, what's the point in dumping?
It ends the project.
Profit.
It ends the project. If John, Jason, and me start dumping some of our shit, I think it's over, right? Because it's like, oh shit, they're out. Like, and everybody will start to sell, right? So you have to decide: do we want to end the project, right? Or are we going to sell it to other whales that are coming in and want to continue?
And that will grow the project, right, Jay?
Right. If you get more whales in, like Ben Askren or something wants to come in or some shit, right? I'm sure he probably will. But if Ben comes in, he's got money, right? So then Ben might buy a bunch of frogs, maybe 50 frogs or some shit like that, right? Buys some of the floor, and he'll buy some of the rare shit, and maybe he'll be like, can I buy some of your rares? And then John's got like 11 fucking vipers. He'll be like, well, you know what? I'm gonna take somebody off the table. Yeah, sure. I'll sell some of these.
Guys, chill frogs have frozen hands.
I think people forget these are international markets now, too.
I was just going to add something to it. Tina, I don't know if you were in the room when Jay was talking, and earlier in the morning, like, this is evolving, like Jay, you were saying, like, and John, you guys were saying, like, there's these other projects and people in movies industry, or, I mean, there's open-endedness that may not, you know, that you may not be thinking, or we don't even know. It could evolve into all kinds of things. So to me, that's exciting. It's creative because these are creative, and it's not just, you know, currency. But so anyway, I just wanted to mention that.
Are you guys using MetaMask with like a ledger or a Trezor? That's
Bitcoin Maxis using MetaMask.
Should I be setting it up with like a ledger?
This is hilarious. I'm loving this.
Some
I'm
of
loving
my
this.
accounts, I'm using the LEPAL air gapped when it starts getting some really significance, but I'm trading, like transactions that are utterly like huge. So if you're trading little stuff here and there, and you're getting in, and someone's putting $500 in here, to go through the extra step, you have to be careful because there's an extra step when you do it. And the reason I'm saying you're being careful, you're going to get in a project like this that's moving at the pace that it's doing, with that extra step, you might waste gas because someone might buy it because you have to take that extra step.
Talking about gas.
Buying that know what they're doing, they're clicking the button. When you're making a decision, should I buy this? I'm going to go take a leak in the bathroom and come back, and then I'm going to click my LEPAL or the Trezor and stuff. When you click it, it's going to say failed transaction. Probably 9 out of 10 times you're going to pay that gas because
paying that gas,
moving, and people are looking for floors. So this is not like, if you do this, it's a decision that you see something, you see it instantly on Discord, you click the link, you buy the link, you buy it. It's not oh, let me go do this. I want to buy a floor. You're going to waste a lot of money in gas in a project like this if you do that. So just take that into account, because I don't want people, especially for people who are working with no money, you could technically be buying a frog for $200 and paying $400 in gas, or $200 in gas, when it's hot. And if you're waiting for the price of the gas to come down, you're already toast. Don't get into this game, because in a project like this, if you're buying floors and waiting for gas to come down, there's 1,000 other people who are clicking the button to buy it, who are not waiting for the gas, and you might not refresh your screen thinking, oh, it's still for sale, and that thing's been sold for an hour. So you just have to, if you're going to do the game, you do the game. You just don't put your toe in and whatever. You become a student of this. This is not the lottery mentality that you think you're automatically going to win. If you go in with that mentality, there is some luck that you can get, and projects can take off faster than you can ever expect. But go into this thinking, hey, I'm going in with a strategic plan as a business mindset, like an investment. I'm not going into, oh, I'm just throwing it in. If you're going to do it, learn about it, no matter how much money you have or not. If you're investing anything in anything, you should understand the fundamentals of it, period. Okay? And
fundamentals of Ethereum and NFTs.
What I've done.
Oh, God, this is amazing.
Like, oh, I can do what John does. And they think they're gonna, make millions of dollars, overnight, but they're only gonna devote 5 minutes on Clubhouse listening to us, and then they're just gonna buy something because we're buying it. Don't do that. Don't buy something because I'm buying it, or Jay's buying it, or Jason's buying it. Research it a little bit before you dip the toe in.
Hey, I have a technical question. If one of you
Before you ask the technical question, can you explain what researching it means?
Research the project. Go look and understand what a Discord is and the community behind it. Is it a pump and dump group with main twos and attack crews on Twitter and stuff like that? Go into the project. Is the project having 20,000 people in a project because they ran a contest?
I've been doing this for months, guys. These guys got sucked down the Ethereum rabbit hole.
That they've done something behind the scenes. Go see the activity, the engagement.
Is it a real?
Don't just jump in.
Yep. Discord is fire.
Yeah, that's pretty active.
What's funny is this Discord is fire, Teddy, and there's no hype. These guys are not marketing yet. They haven't released a roadmap yet. They're going to be talking.
John, it's because you're involved. Let's be fucking honest.
Right. It's all organic. Yeah, and that's what's really funny. Since I came on Clubhouse, the floor went in the last 72 hours from 0.02 to almost 0.1 ETH. Which that not having with only 2,000 some odd people to get verified on OpenSea. We hit the #1 on trending yesterday on OpenSea. All organic, and in 7.5 months, I have not seen one project do that. Not one. And I'm in hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of projects.
To be fair,
I know what to look for.
You didn't have me involved.
True. You didn't have James well.
John,
the guy who proposed me gas.
Was this a dead project that you guys just jumped into, or like, are you guys involved in starting the project, or like, what's your
I am working on collabs right now. I have projects dropping that I'm doing collabs with celebrities. One of them being Emily Lazar, with one of the big projects I'm the biggest holder of in 3 of their stuff. I brought Jason involved in that project because this company is great on tech. They have Sony Music on board and stuff, but they're terrible at marketing.
Like a few hundred, I think.
Guys with a good company, with good tech and artists and everything. So people are reaching out to me now. I'm moving into a different part of the space because I've kind of made my name for myself so short that people are just reaching out. So I'm being selective of now actually looking at doing drops. I'm very interested.
Dude, NFT drops? Oh my god, dude. This is hilarious. This is amazing. Okay, I'm done. I'm done listening to Bitcoin and Maxis. Thanks for watching. I need to end this video so I can post a link. See you later, MZ Master. Thanks for the like and subscribe.